looking at?
Yeah, so we're going to look at this is the Raiders game. I mean, a lot of the run tape was rough. Some of it was offensive line, some of it was running back, some of it was tight ends. But I think Connor Colby has very much solidified his role as the number 2 guard, both left and right. He was taking snaps at right guard this last week, and I think that's in preparation to get him ready in case Pooney can't go. I think they've seen what they saw from Nick Zakelj and Connor Colby, and they like Connor Colby more, and I do as well. I think Connor Colby brings a little bit more than Nick Zakelj over here. So you're going to run a wide zone. Okay, this is our staple. What I love here from Connor Colby is he's got to cross the face of this one technique and seal him off. And that's a tough reach block. So sometimes we call this scoop a reach block. Gibbs called it a reach technique. So to get laterally down the line and cut this guy off, who's a good, body outside you, is not easy. Now this play gets blown up because guess what? Max Crosby's really good at football. So people will go, oh my gosh, everything. Well, you see Max Crosby, he's just going to shoot inside here and blow this whole thing up. Max Crosby is Max Crosby, and he gets paid what he did. Sometimes players like this are going to blow everything up. But what I love about Colby here is he gets across the guy's face, he seals, and yes, the guy kind of throws him down, but then he recovers and he seals him off. That is a win right there. You have sealed your guy off. If you can deal with Max Crosby, you got something here. But Max Crosby's Max Crosby. So I love that. Those were the measurables that you saw from Connor Colby coming out of college, was that he has really good foot speed. So that lateral movement's there. That's hugely important on plays like that to be able to move down the line. We haven't always had that. Banks really struggled with that last year. So you see that they're saying we got to have somebody with foot speed. Another thing, I love this rep in pass pro. So this is down in the red zone. He's going to be one-on-one with a 3 technique. Watch his ability to engage and then shadow. So the guy's getting him. He anchors. He keeps the balance of his feet, and watch him play the shadow game. This is that offensive line drill we see all the time where they engage and they shuffle back and forth. This is it. He runs that to perfection, keeps Purdy clean, and was able to at least get out. They covered everything really well. Now, it's not all up. This was a really bad pass pro rep. So he's going to end up facing 9. He's kind of the Raiders' guy as far as outside of Max Crosby, that a player they move around a lot. So he's able to get under Colby's pads. He doesn't anchor well enough, and he just gets driven right into Brock's face. You don't like to see that. You don't like to see Brock getting planted like that. So this is an area you got to clean up. You got to keep your balance. Don't lean forward on that. Don't give up your chest. So a couple poor reps there. So Connor Colby, I'm seeing good things. I'm seeing not good things. But in the end, the arrow's up, and he has the requisite foot speed.
And I think that, Brock is good enough and mobile enough to where if you just avoid those reps, right, there's the complete overwhelmed where you just get shoved backwards. Brock doesn't need perfect protection, but he needs you to not, get put on skates 10 yards into the backfield.
Right. So it's one of those situations like if you're going to lose slow.
Yes.
Like die a slow death. If you're going to die a slow death. Don't die immediately. Give Brock enough time, because that pass pro rep ended the drive. We had Ricky open. It was 3rd down, and that happens, and the ball sails incomplete, and it ends a drive. So you can't have those drive killers in there. Continuing on with the offensive line, some of this, again, we saw this, and people would say all these negative plays, the offensive line is not giving me a lot of confidence. Some of this is on your running backs, and we've talked about this in the past, but this is a great example of why your running backs understanding things, that they have to understand things pre-snap to speed up their reads on this. This is like a quarterback having to make reads. They've got to see it and react and go. You don't have a whole lot of time to think. So you have to start the process before the snap even happens. We bring a guy in motion. And what the Raiders do is they drop a safety down, and then they slide Jamal Adams over. This is Patrick Taylor in here, and I know he got hurt, but you have to understand something pre-snap, that when they have leveraged you on this, they have an overhang defender out here. He's out past the tight end. You're not going to go seal this edge off. This is a run that's going to aim for the outside foot of the tight end. You're not getting a seal on that safety. He has come down and he has a leverage point on your tight end. So your tight end's going to kick him out. Okay, well, that changes everything else here. George Kittle's going to come up. He's now not going to be able to seal off Jamal Adams. This is going to be a kick out. This means Spencer Burford has to go reach this wide defensive end. He's not reaching him. He's not sealing him off. It's going to be a kick out. So you can already say, I am cutting inside Spencer Burford at minimum. Like that is the minimum cutback, like outside gap I have. And so Patrick Taylor has to realize that pre-snap. You want to keep your head pointed in the right direction. But as he takes a snap, he's got to be ready to run this thing down and probably get this down the hash. That's what you're looking at, is that all these guys are going to move and get it down the hash. And so this play looks really rough. Oh, man, the offensive line, he's tackled for a 3-yard loss. Well, you got to read this out and get that process started as a running back sooner. So we're going to see the motion here. You're going to see it come over. You're going to see the bump of everything. All these guys bump over. And so Patrick Taylor's got to say, okay, they've bumped over. Man, this is going to be a tough reach for Connor Colby to go outside, and Spencer Burford and all these guys to get out here. Like this is going to be tough. So I'm going to press the hole and cut up already pre-snap. And what you see is as this plays out, that's exactly what happens. You can't quite get the reach here. Brendel he knew it pre-snap. He said he saw the move pre-snap, and he said, I'm going to drive this defensive tackle down. We're going to wash everything down. We're going to get up on the linebacker. We're going to wash all of this down, and we're going to run right behind my butt, is what he's saying. Well, you don't get that. Dominic Pooney needs to pick up this a little bit better, but you got flow over. Patrick Taylor should cut this right through here, and you're going to see it. Boom, there it was down the seam. You have the hole, and it was there pre-snap. And so, like, that's a running back not ready to make his cut.